Hello, students at YBH. Closing out the first week of our post-Pesach Zman. Truth is, I intend to give you a written assignment today, and no video, or just a video for your own personal pleasure without any requirement to take notes. And I prepared an assignment in writing, and it took me a long, long time because preparing an assignment in writing actually takes much longer than preparing a video. But when in one fell swoop, I mistouched the key, and the screen got cleared because I was composing it in Google Classroom, and the screen of Google Classroom went to something else. The screen went to something else, and I lost the entire written assignment. So, Kodesh Baruch Hu obviously is sending me a signal that I should do a regular video assignment. So at this time, I want to first clarify a couple of things. First of all, not everybody completed the assignment from yesterday. What you should have done yesterday is you had two prongs, which some people mistook to be three prongs, but they're primarily two prongs in the assignment. One was the normal one to summarize the video. It happened to be that the shorter handout, which I sent to you, was the first part of the video. So therefore one could perceive it as being three-pronged, but it wasn't. There was the short handout, which corresponded to the first part of the video, and then the rest of the video. Besides that, there was the longer handout, which you're supposed to still hang on to for several days. Do not lose it. If you do, go back to Google Classroom and download it again because it's still there from yesterday's lesson. On that second handout, I wanted you to summarize the first 5 paragraphs in a bullet point-like manner, which means one sentence or thought from each for the first 5 paragraphs. Eventually, we're going to go on to the other paragraphs, but for now, just the other 5 paragraphs. So those of you who did not understand it for yesterday, I apologize for not being clear. Again, there are two aspects to yesterday's assignment, which I'd like you to make sure to go, if you didn't do it, to go back and do, so I can give you even more points, which are the summary of the video, which is part of the video which appears in handout number 1, the short one, and the 5 paragraphs, first 5 paragraphs of the long handout, which has 2 pages. For the bullet points for the first 5 paragraphs. Okay, so that's yesterday's assignment. Okay, and that was something which I hope you'll be able to complete. If you have any questions, or you just want to say good Chodesh or good Shabbos, you can call me. Here is my number is 845-216-1617. 845-216-1617. Yes, I know I write funny sevens. Okay, 845 and funny fours. 845-216-1617. Okay, now, Teddy Roosevelt is almost most famous, and perhaps he is most famous, for his motto, which was speak softly and carry a big stick. I'm just writing it down. Stick. You will go far. Speak softly. Oh, even closer. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far. Okay? So, what did he mean by that? He meant that a person should do one of two things. I always thought I had the right, there's only one pshat, but I realized last night that there are actually 2 pshatim because I saw there are 2 different Hebrew translations which are given for that statement, and there's a difference between which Hebrew translation you use. So I'm going to give them both to you and point out the difference. So, and this is something which, of course, together with the statement, you're going to write down, and you're going to make me happy by doing it in a very nice and intelligent way. Just a minute here. Let me find this in my screen here. Where is it? Okay, so I'm going to write down the two ways in which it's translated into Hebrew. It's only one word difference. I'm going to put it onto two different cards. One of them is writing it down right now. Okay, the first one is Daber b'noam v'sar makel gadol. Speak pleasantly, na'im, and carry a big stick. The other one, the other way of translating it, is Daber b'rakus v'sar makel gadol, which is much more literal translation. Daber b'rakus, with softness. Rach is soft. V'sar makel gadol, and carry a big stick. There's a big nafkamina. Nafkamina is the yeshivish lingo for difference. I don't know why we like using the word nafkamina better than the word difference, but we do. And I want you to know, in 7th grade, I lost, I was absent on the day when the Rebbe explained the word nafkamina. And for the rest of the year, I never could quite figure out what a nafkamina was. So, you'll hear it many times over your life, and whether you're learning or you're in the middle of talking, having a yeshivish conversation, which most of us have many times. So, nafkamina, which really means the thing which comes out. So, what comes out to be the difference between the two of these? I want you to come out with a difference, not me. I want you to figure out what the difference is between speaking softly and carrying a big stick and speaking pleasantly and carrying a big stick. I think you can do that. Okay? Well, I would give it away, but I don't want to right now. Okay, now the question is what Chazal would say about either one of those understandings of speak softly and carry a big stick. Because we have, and I want to give you a couple of options. First of all, I want to ask you, if you think, and this again is something which you're going to write to me, something wonderful, intellectual, and profound about. When Chazal say in Pirkei Avos, Shammai says in the first part of Pirkei Avos, Emor ma'at v'asei harbei. Say little and do much. Emor ma'at v'asei harbei. Shammai is saying the same thing that Theodore Roosevelt is saying, or not. There are obviously differences, and there are similarities. I want you to come up with at least one similarity and one difference between what he says, what Shammai says, and what Theodore Roosevelt says. So far, let's recapitulate. This is a good word to know, which has nothing to do with our talk today. Recapitulate. Recapitulate. Recapitulate means to say over again. To summarize. What are we looking for so far? Looking for a pshat in the differences. We're looking for what speak softly and carry big stick you think means. What the differences between daber b'noam, to speak in pleasantness, and v'sar makel gadol, carry a big stick, and daber b'rachus, speak in softness and carry a big stick, might be. And now we're asking you what the similarity and differences between emor ma'at and asei harbei. Say little, promise little, deliver a lot, do much. Okay? And in itself is that translation in itself is a commentary already. It's not exactly a precise translation, obviously. What is this parallel and what's not parallel between the two of them? Okay, now we're going to come to a few other things, which are question related. There's a pasuk in Koheles. The pasuk in Koheles is in 1 second. Must be here. By the way, Shammai is one that says, "More mat v'asei harbei" in Perek Av Mishnah Tesvav in Pirkei Avos. Perek Mishnah Tezbo. And then, where is my puzzle here? There it is. Okay. It says in Koheles, Perek Tes, Pasuk Zayin. The first part of the pasuk says, Divrei Chachamim b'nachas nishmoyim. It says, the words of Chachamim are heard in nachas, in calm. Chachamim, and there's several ways of understanding this pasuk, like any other pasuk in Tanakh. The words of Chachamim are heard in calm, because they talk calmly. But why? Why are they talking calmly? Okay, so you want, and how is this related to speak softly? Yes or no? It's an opinion question. There's no right or wrong answer. I want your opinion. Is that related to speak softly? Yes, no, maybe. I want an opinion. Next, there are two other chazals. One chazal is in Gemara Ksubis, where it talks about Rabbi Yehuda Nasi's parting words to his son who was going to take over. It said, he said to him, I'm not going to write this part down, when you get to be Nasi after me, be bold, strong, determined about it. And literally lift it up. And then he says, Zrok Mara B'Talmidim. Zrok Mara B'Talmidim. The Gemara is bothered by this. Gemara's asked a contradiction, but I'm not going to get into the Gemara's contradiction. It says, Zrok Mara, that's a memresh aleph, B'Talmidim, which means cast bitterness in the Talmidim. Now, what does bitterness mean? That's an interesting question. Does it mean a little bit of bitterness? Probably not. But rather, because Rashi says it means Ema, or Shetei Mascha Alehem, that they should be in awe of you. Zrok Mara Talmidim means they should be in awe of you. And then it says, another place, Gemara Yuma, Daf Sameh Gimel, I believe it is, 1 second. Look it up. Too many open tabs. Yeah, it says, Gemara and Yuma, Daf Chav Gimel Amud Aleph, Kol Talmid Chacham She'eino Nokem V'Noter K'Nachash Eino Talmid Chacham. Kol Talmid Chacham She'eino Nokem V'Noter K'Nachash Eino Talmid Chacham. Any sage, any Talmid Chacham who can take revenge and maintain his memory of somebody else's improper deeds, like a snake does. I'm not sure what a snake's memory is and how he takes revenge, but Eino Talmid Chacham is not a Talmid Chacham. But we just said before, Divrei Chachamim b'nachas nishmoin. And the Rambam says also, it was a very important Rambam, which is a play on the Gemara, which says, Kol hako'es ki'ilu oved avoda zara. And the Gemara says just somebody who breaks things when they're angry, they're like oved avoda zara. But the Rambam says, Kol hako'es ki'ilu oved avoda zara. They just get angry. So how do we reconcile these things? And are all these things related to the big stick? Okay, the big stick. So it's Zrok Mara B'Talmidim. They have your students in all of you. Kol Talmid Chacham She'eino Nokem V'Noter K'Nachash Eino Talmid Chacham. Any Chacham is not strong like a snake, is not a Talmid Chacham. And on the other hand, what do we do with that which it says, Kol HaKohes Kilo Avodah Zarah? Anybody who gets angry is like they're going to serving Avodah Zarah. What are we going to do with that? Okay, one last thing, which is that it's going to go like 1 minute overtime, maybe less. First of all, I'm sending a handout again today because I'm obviously a stickler for punishing myself. This handout has political cartoons about Speak Softly and Carry a Big Stick, which were done at the time of Teddy Roosevelt, and you can probably use them to understand Speak Softly and Carry a Big Stick, even though it's a little bit of cheating, but you can do it. You can read what the article says and use that interpretation. There's also another a cartoon I put at the end, which is from today, from current times, which compares Donald Trump to Teddy Roosevelt. Now, this comparison I'm sure has been made between Teddy Roosevelt and many other presidents. It's not. It's a simple cartoon to draw, and I'm not concerned with whether the cartoon is correct or not correct, but politically. But I want you to tell me what the cartoonist of the Donald Trump cartoon, Donald Trump together with Teddy Roosevelt, is trying to tell us. What's he trying to say? Every political cartoonist is biased and they all have their own opinions. But tell me what he's going to say. What he's saying. Finally, if you can discuss any of these things at home with your parents over Shabbos table, I will have so much nachas. I will be so happy. I'm happy to give you even extra credit, but as we know in back office class, extra credit is of limited value. But if you want extra credit specifically, I'll give it to you. But these are good things to discuss with your parents, good intellectual conversations. Try and have them. So, a good Chodesh, a good Shabbos, and next week we will continue again. I actually had more than I wanted to get in today, but I'm trying to keep this down to a reasonable size, which we'll continue with on Monday.